Hey guys, good morning. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, 2020. I hope everybody's week started out pretty decent. We only have 3 more days this week after today, so that's a good thing. We just keep looking at it that way. So here is today's plan. If you attended yesterday's Zoom session, Mr. Steven kind of filled you in on what's going to be expected of you this week. However, here's for today, the exact assignment for today. You are going to either read, which is right here, or listen to the poem You Have to Live in Somebody Else's Country to Understand. And you will decide which one you want to do. Mr. Steven does read the questions here also. Then you're going to, after you listen or read it, you are going to respond to the questions right here. There is an alternate version of the questions that you guys can, some of you might want to take a look at, and that's perfectly fine. So with that being said, that is your plan for today. It's not too much. It's not too crazy. Some of you may have heard this poem before if you have been with me for a couple years, because I absolutely love the poem and it fits so perfectly with this unit of study that sometimes it's hard not to teach it. Especially because it's written by a girl who is in ninth grade, and she came from a different country, and she lived in Boston, Massachusetts, and this was part of her experience while she was there when she came to America. And so it's hard to think that people treated others this way, but it speaks volumes, I think, for this unit. So with that being said, I'm going to just wrap up my video today with letting you know that there is a Zoom session tomorrow with me at lunch. It's optional. If you would like to join at 11:30, you're more than welcome. If not, I will not be offended. But your word of the day today, the word of the day today is disabuse. Disabuse is the word of the day, and it means to free from error, misconception, or fallacy, or like false thinking. So to free something or someone from error. And I was trying to think what's the best way to use this in a sentence. And so I always read the did you know, because if something's really cool and pops out at me, then I'm like, yeah, I should share this with the kids. However, I got to the examples and I was like, oh my gosh, this is literally the perfect example for our unit of study. And so I was like, I'm going to use this sentence and share this with the students because it is perfect. And I think it makes perfect sense given what we're learning in class. So with that being said, here is their example. While it is difficult to predict how the practice of hiring will evolve over time, one thing is clear. It is extremely difficult to disabuse people of their biases, especially when those biases come from cultural norms. And so it's literally what we're talking about. Mr. Steven, especially when he was talking about gender, was discussing this idea of bias and why certain people, stereotypes, and why certain genders get certain jobs and pay and inequity. And so this is like the perfect, like I can't say perfect or especially enough. I feel like I just said it 18 times in my video, but it makes that connection and it shows us this idea of disabuse or taking some, like removing. Okay, so this idea of freeing someone from error or false thinking. So we're taking these, you can't really take these, it's difficult to get rid of these falsehoods in people's minds, especially when it's established by a society or a culture. So it's one thing for someone to have those ideas, but it's another thing, and it's a totally different level when it's felt by an abundance of people, and it's hard to remove it. And that's part of the issue of social injustice. So this quote was aligned perfectly. I couldn't have asked for a better sentence today to explain what disabuse means. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to either myself or Mr. Steven, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. All right, everybody, have a great day. See you later. Happy learning.